Hi, my name is Christine with Managing Your Home Challenge. About 3 years ago, I left my full-time job to become a stay-at-home mom and a homeschool mom. And the decision of staying home was a major step. We went from a two-person income to a one-person income. My job shifted from being a busy working wife and mom to being a homemaker and homeschooling my child. That is when I noticed that there was too much stuff in our house, and that was making me anxious and stressed. So I knew I needed to make a change in our home. After learning and researching, I decided that the minimal approach was going to be the best thing to do for us as a family. So I'm still in that journey, and I would like to share with you how having less in your home will help with stress and anxiety, as well as helping you manage your finances and focusing on other things such as relationships in your home. So what I've learned so far is that you start small. So let's start with coffee cups. What can we learn from coffee cups? Well, during this Christmas season, I have been gifted about 3 coffee cups. But this is not the only time I have been gifted coffee cups. Throughout the year, I have obtained several coffee cups. And my cabinet is filled with coffee cups and other vessels that are stacked up on each other. So my cabinet has been overrun, and when I open the cabinet door, that overwhelming feeling from the clutter goes through my head. So I know that now we're talking about coffee cups, but we can have the same overwhelming feeling of clutter with other things in our home. Clothes in our closet, shoes in the entryway, toys spilled all over the living room are other examples. You may not have clutter of coffee cups, but you may have clutter of other things that drive you crazy or just makes you anxious. The same system that I will be talking about today can help with those cluttered items as well. So let's get back to our coffee cups. We need to make a decision of either regifting, donating, or keeping. I like the statement that another YouTube channel, The Minimal Mom, has stated. I'll link her channel below. On the items that you received as a gift, whether it be a coffee cup, fuzzy socks, or whatever it is, give yourself permission to make the decision. Yes, this was a very thoughtful gift, but I have to manage this inventory, and I really do not have room for it. I need to either take one item out to put this item in, or I need to donate or regift or sell this item. So you have to make a decision on your items of what you're going to do. So one thing I want to say is that you need to think about your stuff as inventory. Inventory that you have the responsibility to manage in your home. God has given us the ability to manage finances for Him. The same thing happens with your stuff. You need to realize that God has given you the stuff, whether He wanted you to have it or not, whether it's good stuff or bad stuff, whether it makes you anxious or not. He has given you the blessings of stuff. and He wants you to manage that stuff as well. Think about your stuff as inventory. Items that you've had for months or even years that you have not touched, like this teapot. This teapot has been in my cabinet for years, and I have not touched it or let alone used it in years. So it is time that I let this go and have room for something else that I need, or have that as a space that won't make me feel cluttered. This thing I will probably try to sell on Facebook Marketplace. If it doesn't sell, then I'll donate. So that's something that you have to think about. Is it something that I don't use for years and I haven't used it, so why is it sitting in my cabinet? So I need to give it to somebody that will use it or sell it to someone. One last thing I want to talk about is for the things that you think you need, or the things that are hard to part with, my suggestion is to use the Minimal Mom's cardboard box method. She says that use a cardboard, not a plastic box. Use a cardboard, so that cardboard you can actually take out of your house, and you don't have the financial attachment to that plastic box. Use a cardboard box. Put the items in that box, item or items, many or just one, that you can't part with. You think you can't part with it, you think you're going to use it, place it in that box. Put that box in a closet, or put it somewhere out of the way. If you have not gotten that item out of that box within 3 months, my suggestion is to sell it or donate it, because you haven't needed it. So that's something that I use as well, and it helps me to figure out which items I need and which ones I don't need. Now, there are special circumstances, such as special people that gives you things, heirlooms, things like that. If you don't use it but you want to hand it down to your family members, your children, by all means put it in a special box and put that away, but don't keep every single thing. I hope that the things I've talked about helps you in your journey of how you manage your home, and I do have more to share later. But until then, may God bless you in the new year. Talk to you soon.